damn good time. It's a damn good time.
Coming at you.
It's a damn good time. Podcast. It's a damn good time. It's a damn good time. Podcast.
Why do we have to go low voice there?
Podcast. Yes, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Steve Schaefer.
I'm Cody Adams.
And this is a Damn Good Time podcast.
Hit him with it back again, baby. Let's go.
Fucking hit him with it, dude. Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's Friday, yeah.
And Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday, yeah. And Saturday, Sunday, what?
But none of you will listen to this song.
Yeah,
Any
you
of
guys
those
will see it
days.
Monday. Yeah.
Well, maybe next week.
Yeah.
Might be tuning in and be like, oh, Friday, oh, shit.
You started it now. You heard us rambling. Just hit pause. Save us till Friday.
Nah, you're good. You can play it.
No, just listen to us now and then listen to us again on Friday. Get us those plays. Let's keep it going.
Oh, man.
Dude, I got to tell you, I'm going to start off on the rib. I have Friday vibes because it's fucking Friday.
Love it.
You know, it's Friday. Got the Friday vibes. I even went into work with Friday vibes, and now I'm here doing the podcast with Friday fucking vibes.
Yeah.
The sad part of the story is we're at the end of our year, the end of our fiscal year for my place of work. We have 2 more machines to build, which we're going to knock them out. We're online to knock them out.
Mm-hmm.
But then they came to us and said, hey, we don't give a shit how much overtime you guys log on these jobs. Just do whatever it takes to get them done. But basically, it was more like a voluntary thing. They didn't say, hey, you guys have to work tomorrow. You know?
Right.
You know, they're like, if you guys want to, you can.
You want a little extra money to pay for Christmas? You want to cover them presents?
Nobody's going to yell at you for logging all this extra overtime. We just need to get it done.
Yeah.
And so we all,
Get your ass in there.
This is Monday. And we're all like, fuck, you guys want to make extra money Saturday? And then Sunday, we're automatic double time. You know? So we're like, let's go in Saturday. Let's go in Sunday. Let's fuck it. Like,
Even half day at Sunday if you want.
Yeah. And it's also one of those things, too, where, like, I work for a company that's, we talked about this last year where I got stuck in Arizona. I traveled the week before Christmas. I got stuck in Arizona because there's a huge ice storm that came through and grounded so many flights. And me and the trainee I was with, spoiler alert, the dude didn't make it.
Oh.
He was a douchebag. He sucked. I fucking hated it. But so I had to spend 30.
If you listen now, thanks for listening, but you suck.
Yeah, fuck you, Jason Lucas. I don't care. I'll call his name out. He sucked. He was a terrible employee. So backtrack real quick.
Slandered and sued. Okay.
This is the kind of guy that I'm dealing with here. Huge into video game lore, super nerd. Loves all this extra shit, you know, like the super nerdy shit, like loves Star Wars, he played Dungeons and Dragons. You know, not that there's anything wrong with that, but like you got to know your audience when you're talking about this shit, right?
Sure.
And so he had stories that would go nowhere, and he would trap you into, like, even Dave, the one guy, I love Dave, that I work with. Dave is awesome. He's a good friend of mine at work. And this guy, Jason, would go to Dave and be like, hey, have you played the new Diablo 4 yet? And Dave's like, oh, you know, I just have a baby. I haven't played it too much yet. And so Jason would be like, bah, 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 bah. Like, he knew everything. He knew the lore. Like, he knew the backstories. And blah,
He's
blah,
telling
blah.
a story about, like, the boss. Because there's, an evil boss of it, right? Like, there's an overall boss that you got to go and kill. Not only for us to get too much on the lore, because I don't know. Like, I know a little bit about it.
He would know this dude.
But he probably gets crazy with it. Yeah.
This dude would sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, no, you got to get the sword, like the weapons package, swords." Like he would know the names of the swords or the shields. Like, yeah, no, I built a barb. Like, oh, you need to do this and find this these enchanted things and blah blah blah. Like he knew so much shit, but he didn't know how to wire a fucking machine, so that's why he sucked. But no, like this is how bad it was. Like he would go to Dave and talk to him about this video game, and Dave would like, I haven't really had a chance to play with it yet. And then Dave would like, hey Schaefer, you played Diablo 4, right? And I'm like,
gotcha, bitch.
I'm like, yeah, a little bit. And then Jason would be like, oh, have you blah 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 blah. I'm like, God damn it. And like Dave would be sitting over there like wiring up his thing, like looking at me, and I'm like, God fucking shit. And Dave's just sitting there like laughing and stuff. So then this motherfucker came to me one day talking about some Star Wars memes, right? He's like, oh, you've seen Star Wars, right? And blah blah blah. And I'm like, actually, no, I don't think I've ever seen them. Obviously, I've fucking seen it.
Right.
I lied to this dude straight to his face saying, I've never seen any Star Wars. I'm like, I don't even really. Stormtroopers are the ones, they have like white helmets or something, right? And like playing stupid. He's just to deflate his conversation to keep him the fuck away from me. That's how bad this dude was. And so I spent 30 hours. So, okay, that's the backstory. I spent 30 hours in a vehicle with that dude from Phoenix to Ohio last Christmas. So they shortened all of our trips up to make sure everybody's home for Christmas this year. So we're done traveling. So then that's the point I was trying to get at. It's like, hey, you took away my travel pay because we make more money when we travel than we do when we're in the shop.
Sure.
So then we're like, fuck it. Let's ground and pound and get it done this weekend. So now I have to work this weekend just to make a little extra money.
Make that Christmas money.
Yeah.
As I said, but yeah, no, that's what you should have did. Would have been like, yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about Star Wars. Guess what? I just know this new marketing system of Star Wars selling memorabilia. And if you give me $500, I will put you into my lower tier in my pyramid. I'm like, well, what do you mean? And then just like go on a rant about how you're going to make him tons of money and then see if he gives you $500.
He probably would have. And this dude also would always complain. He had a fresh baby when he started there.
Fresh baby, huh?
Yeah.
Freshy.
Yeah, so that whole Christmas we drove 30 hours to be home on like at 7 p.m. on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
A lot of that cuz I've missed my kids' Christmas before in the oil field, and it's just like, hey, open your presents a day later, whatever. Right. It was his baby's first Christmas, so I was like, let's fuck it. And obviously, I wanted to be home to see my family and shit.
Right.
And but so they had a vacation plan, and he was bitching about how his wife spent money on luggage. It's like, well, you guys are going on vacation. She's gonna need something to put her clothes in. Like, well, we got duffel bags or something. She doesn't need new luggage. I'm like, what are you bitching about money for? I know what you make. You make the same shit I make, and you live in a shitty fucking apartment on the fucking west side of Philly. Like, I know where you live, bro. Like, because I had to pick him up at his house. Like, it's not, and not to slight anybody that lives in lower
Philly, whatever. Lower
income places, but he made good money to be living there too.
Sure.
And he's bitching about his wife paid so much money for this luggage and shit. He never had a kind. That's the other thing I hate about him. He never had a kind thing to say about his wife, not one, ever. And so he bitched about this luggage, and then he was going on. I was like, "Oh yeah, Dungeons & Dragons. like they have the D20 dice and stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar. I never played Dungeons & Dragons, but I see memes and shit on the internet. I get
sure.
You have like all these different dice." He's like, "I bought a dice set for $125." Like, what the fuck for? He's like, the thing is, it's on a Kickstarter, and I haven't got him yet. I'm like, well, how long have you been waiting? He's like, 8 months. Like, what the You're a bitch, because your wife needs luggage for next week, and she spent what, maybe $200? Like, what's?
I mean, she could have bought up. She bought some nice luggage, but hey, you know what? Luggage lasts.
Yeah.
She's letting you do your D&D with your buddies on the weekends, and probably their apartment basement or wherever they do it. And then she wants to buy some luggage. The girl buy some luggage.
I don't know. I feel bad.
She was either pregnant or she's got a newborn, and they're traveling. That you need to make sure you got your P's and Q's in order.
Buy some fucking luggage.
Especially if you're traveling, I would never travel newborn. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Well, they drove, at least. It wasn't a fly.
Well, I mean, I didn't even want to do that.
And then with the Myrtle, which is 8 to 12.
Yeah, I mean,
probably 10 hours away drive from our spot. So yeah, let her fucking put her clothes in a goddamn baggage and stop buying dice.
Everybody just came to us when we had the newborns. It's like, no, you're coming to us for the first few months anyways. After that, once they're a little more developed, then it's like, okay, now we can take them, but still terrified.
And out of all the things, like, we're finally, so we make pieces and parts for machines ahead of time. We're finally getting the machines. So I think he got like 3 months ago. And we're finally getting the machines where there aren't pieces and parts that he made ahead of time. And all of a sudden it's like, hey, we're not running into any of these problems. So first off, he sucked at building shit. Which, whatever. Secondly, he wasn't that cool to be around, which, whatever. Like, if he was a good employee, I could shake that. But my biggest pet peeve with this dude is that, and I brought it up earlier, but I don't think I ever heard him speak one kind word about his wife.
You already said that.
I know, and I said I brought it up earlier, but I want to bring this up. Like, I don't know, when you work, especially like in in kind of industry, like where I go to work, I'm around like 6 dudes, and we all, we'll gripe about the wives, and we gripe, but we're also like, well, my wife is really nice, and we also say about how we love them, and we talk lovingly about them. But this dude had hate in his heart towards her, and that's the one thing that I don't get.
He probably only knows like D&D and like say Star Wars and video games and stuff. So extreme nerd. So he's trying to be one of the boys, and he's like,
he got that wrong.
What they do is just talk shit about their wives. So I'm gonna do that. I don't think he's probably a bad guy. But he probably was just trying to fit in. That's it.
I don't think so.
It doesn't matter. Who cares? We don't care about him. Yeah. Move on. Don't bring him back up.
All right. I don't know. Don't be a shitty fucking person because he was. That's it. Yeah.
I mean, I've been around people that have been just completely.
I know you're trying to play devil's advocate right now, but it's not working.
I don't care. I don't talk about it. There's negative people, yes, they suck. And you don't want to be anything part of them. They're just terrible people.
So what's going on with you this week? How you doing this week?
Our conversation just jumped into this guy, and I don't even like him.
Moving on.
Let's get it. Let's not talk about him because it doesn't matter. No, this week's been tough. My dad had chimney fire on Monday, so my dad's dealing with that. And I get to hear it offhand from my brother, which sucks, but still got to hear about it. So I just text my dad the next day after it because it was like late at night. Luckily everybody's okay. House is a little wrecked, but he's got good insurance, so it should be fine.
Yeah.
So that's the start of the week. It's like, hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's just this time of year just drags my ass down.
Mm-hmm.
We're in these weird. I swear the sun's hitting in different directions, like you don't expect. That doesn't make sense. I know, but it's like when it comes up and comes down, it's not in the same area as it always is. It's just like we're rotating around that shit, but
it's still rising east, sets in the west, but it's in the southern skyline now.
It's dropping lower, dropping higher. We're in the places I don't want it, and it's blinding me or it's blinding the kids.
Oh,
I'm getting pissed. And
when I drive home from work now, it's directly in my eyes.
Yeah.
I have sunglasses and a visor down now.
Yeah. Just get pissed. I feel like my sleep is so weird right now.
Yeah.
Like, I am having so weird of dreams, and I don't know what's happening. I had a dream I backed into somebody's van, and I was like, oh, I'm really sorry. My car slid on ice and back into his van, like just like a boom.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I'm really sorry, and he's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, but if anything, like blah blah blah. For some reason, in my dream, I'm like, I can give you some cash to make the difference, and I never carry cash, so I may look at my wife and go, "Do you have any cash?" And she's like, "No." And he's like, "Well, you should have started with that." I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm leaving now, but in 36 hours, I'm coming back to make your life a living hell."
Wow.
This was in my dream.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Oh, what?" And then my wife in my head goes, "You don't even know where the hell we live." And he goes, "You got Franklin license plates," which is Columbus, where my dad lives. So weird.
Oh, shit.
Or used to live. Anyways, township, county, whatever. And he's like, "I'll find you."
So now you're thinking you're
And then my wife goes, "You don't even know where that is. Or we don't even live there." And he's like, "It doesn't matter. 36 hours," and drives off in a shitty van. And oh, by the way, his wife was also in another shitty van, the shitty guy's shitty van, and she was just out the side. So I apparently am gonna. I don't know what any of it means in my dream, but
was that before or after the chimney fire?
This was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
This was could have been this morning. I don't know. Like
that'd have been crazy if
weird ass dream.
That'd have been crazy if they're like, "Oh, you're from such and such," and like that's where my dad lives, and like that was before the chimney fire, and like, oh my god, the guy I pissed off in my dream caught my dad's house on fire.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe there's some underlying guilt, like or something, or some weird thing about like because that's where your dad.
Well, I've never like tapped a vehicle and just walked away. So
true.
That's not that. It was on ice, and it was like everything, and I don't know, but
yeah,
maybe it's something. Yeah,
you know, it's one of those things too. You ever look into like dream diary?
No.
So there's a thing out there called dream diaries, right? Are you familiar? At least have you heard of them?
No.
You hear about this? You seen this? You know about this?
It means that you wake up, write your dreams down. Is what I'm assuming.
Well, no. I guess not diary, but dictionary.
Okay,
that's the word I'm looking for. Dictionary. So if we
dream diaries, it seems like
dream diaries. You
wake up and you immediately like write your dreams down because you're gonna forget it in the next 5 seconds if you don't.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said diary, but I meant dictionary.
But how many of those people probably try to write it in a diary, but they're actually dreaming they're writing in a diary? Idiots.
So there is Dream Dictionary. And you can look up pieces and parts of your dream. So let's say ice. You slid on ice, right?
Yeah, my car slid on ice into somebody.
Interpret
because it broke down.
Oh, this website's not secure.
Yeah, well, it's probably weird.
But I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
I'm not going to sit here and spend 10 minutes into analyzing your... Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and analyze for 10 minutes and analyze your dream, but you can, like, plug in, like, it'd be funny if we, like, oh, your car slid on ice.
Wrecked car, slid on ice, and there's some guy
I'm going to get you, and then it comes up and it's like, you like penises.
But my wife was the woman of power in the situation and yelled at him, and I wasn't.
You're a beta or something. It's never good news, you know. Yeah. Or it'd be funny. It's like, oh, you're gonna have great fortune, you know. You're gonna win the lottery. Play these numbers.
Which would probably actually happen though, if like a little fender better happened. I'd be like, oh, everything's fine. And the guy cocked me a little attitude. I'd be like, whoa, buddy, calm down. You know, fine. My wife'd be like, what the fuck you just said?
Yeah.
She'd be like, no. This is your fault.
Yeah.
Like, you know. If we tried to cock it, I'd try to calm it down until the cops got there, but she'd be the one to be like, you're an idiot.
I do feel like me and you both have that personality where we fight with words.
Yeah.
But I also feel like we've married women that fight with hands. You know?
Yeah, probably.
They're way more physically reactionary than we are emotionally reactionary, I guess. You know, maybe not emotionally or vocally reactionary. You know, we'll try and talk our way out of a fight before we even try.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like it's just strategically smart in my mind.
2 steps forward, 2 steps back. something, because opposites attract. You know, Paula Abdul and that cat said about it.
It's just being smart about the situation and knowing like I can push somebody if I want to, but it's smarter to turn them around instead of push them, because it's not going to be any gain of you pushing them.
Yeah,
it's going to be better if you can just somehow get them to turn around or listen and understand you, because it's just whatever.
I've
that makes sense.
I've only ever been in like 2 or 3 fights in my entire life, like real fights. And I've talked my way out of hundreds of fights. You know, people get loud with me, and I'm like, what the fuck what are we going to do here? Why? You're going to hit me, I'm going to hit you back, we're going to do a thing, cops are going to get called, we're at a bar, we're drunk, we're trying to meet girls, trying to get our dicks wet, and then we start hitting each other, we're both going to end up jail, neither of us are going to get our dicks wet, where's the benefit here? What are you trying to prove? And then he's like, you're right, but just know I'd get you. I'm like, sure, man. If that's what you want, if that's what you want to take away from this, yeah, you would get me. But let's just move the fuck on. Right. Like, I've used that. I've used that theory so much to get myself out of a fight. I'm not a fighter. I've used that theory so much, like, we fight, we end up in jail, neither of us are getting pussy tonight. Let's move on. Like,
right.
And it works. That usually deflates the situation, almost 9.9 times out of 10. You know?
Because it's over something stupid anyways.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you butted in front of me in line, or you spilled my beer.
You looked at me weird.
Or you talking to the girl that I wanted to talk to, or most of it's dumb. So it doesn't matter. And that's early 20s anyways. That's not like...
Well, it's happened later in life for me. A couple times more than you'd think.
Well, I hope you're not saying that
then. But still, well, if I got in a fight and I brawl with some dude, there's no way I'm having sex with my wife that night.
Yeah, true.
It still equates,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not a big proponent of fighting.
No, I've never been. It's just sometimes there's people though that will try to push you, and it doesn't matter what's going to happen. They want to. They pick you out. But even then, they can be defused real quick by their buddies, or they got or the staff of the place you're at, or whatever. Because it's not like you're normally in a home situation,
right?
But now that's when I also avoid like situations like that. Like if I go into a bar or I go in some place, I assess the room pretty quick, and I see that guy. I already see that guy. I already seen that guy.
Give him the ocular. Yeah, you get the ocular pat down,
and I'm like, man, this son of a bitch.
Yeah,
he's gonna be that guy,
right?
And if somebody says something to him, he's just gonna flip out,
right?
That's what he wants to do.
Yeah. I've also been quick too. Like, there's been a couple times where you're walking to a bar with a couple of your boys and shit, and you can tell there's the rowdy crowd on the other end of the bar.
Yeah.
Like, let's get a couple drinks, and then they might start. It's not catcalling. That's not catcalling. But they start chirping. Maybe you call it chirping. They start chirping. What are you guys doing? Like, having a couple beers. Like, yeah, you think, like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here.
That's chirping.
Yeah.
They're chirping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely the opposite of catcalling.
Yeah, no, they're not wanting to pick us up. They're wanting to fight.
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah.
They're chirping like, the fuck you wearing? Like, especially like, thank God I live in Ohio and I'm an Ohio State fan, but I can imagine if you walked into a bar and you're like my wife, a Michigan fan, and
yeah,
thankfully she's female, so she's probably gonna get that, but she might get it sometime.
Yeah.
You walk in a bar, you're wearing that Block M, and then you got a group of people, all wired up from the game or
game
coming in.
Sometimes too, then 9 times out of that's still kind of friendly banter. Like, oh, your fucking sports team sucks. Like, oh, your fucking sports team sucks. 9 times out of 10, you'll get that, but then you will spot that one guy who's like, fuck, what are you doing in my town? All right, let's go.
Yeah.
You can peg. You can peg. Well, you're not going to peg them. you can spot them.
That guy's wasted. And if the bartender's not trained enough to be like, she goes and shuts him down immediately, because a lot of times the bartender will be like, hey, you need to go right now.
Right.
Like, we're lucky in our community. We get that.
Yeah.
With a lot of our bartenders, but I'm sure in a lot of areas it just causes their fights cost because of who likes who in a football team,
Right.
Which is dumb. Did you play football for them? No. Did you even go to school there? No. But do you like them? Yeah, I love them. Why?
Did the teenagers at a school that you never went to do bad on a sports game today?
Yeah.
And you're having a bad day. Right. Well, then go the fuck home.
Yeah.
And the same can be same for NFL, except for, you have a couple of 40-year-old QBs and shit, but then did the children, the younger men of the sports team, maybe not teenagers, but did the younger men of the sports team that you like from a city that you don't even live in have a bad game and you're mad about it and you want to fight me?
You get the high school stuff's the worst. Like when parents are like brawling in the high school
that
stuff.
Shit.
Now I can understand maybe one kid's son threw a dirty play to your other son, and you're like, your son just threw a dirty play. Why are they in the same bleachers for one? They shouldn't be.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be, because there was always home and away, right?
Yeah.
So why are those people sitting in the same bleachers?
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it's fake, but then it's like sometimes maybe they only have one bleachers. I think it's pee-wee football.
I think it's funny when they start
and their kid just spear tackles,
fighting the coaches or fighting the refs and shit. And here's my take. Say it's my kid out there. He got dirty hit. I might yell, like, from the stands, you go,
come on, ref!
Just like you do on the fucking TV on NFL. Yeah. What the fuck is that? What was that called? Come on, open your fucking eyes, blah, blah, blah. And then I leave it at that.
Yeah, but it's your kid. It's like,
it is my kid, but my kid needs to learn to get his own. Yeah. My kid needs to learn to stand up for himself.
Get it back. Get that penalty flag.
Yeah.
And put that boy in the ground.
Yeah. Or if you don't.
But I think that's what happens too. And then those people get mad because they're like, he didn't mean to do it. Well, mine did.
But then it's the other parents that are assholes.
Yeah. But I don't know why. Like
most and then I'll find them and I'll burn their house down while they sleep.
Anytime you see that, it's like they put the parents in the same stands, and it's like, we live in pretty rural area with pretty. I would say Tusky Valley, where we graduated from, is pretty.
It's very rural. Yeah,
we graduated like 100, maybe.
I think my graduated class. Well, including the kids that went to like vocational school. I think we were at like 180. That was 02. Were you 03?
Yeah.
03 was like 220. I remember 03 was one of the bigger classes of TV.
We had a lot of vocational though.
Yeah,
a lot of vocational.
But still, same class. Same class. I think you guys
so
were
220 like is nothing compared to like a big city or something.
Yeah. Right. Not Canton or Akron or.
But we still had home bleachers and away bleachers.
We had sports teams you'd have to try out for. They needed people. Yeah. Like
they were still the bleachers were separated. Here's home and here's that. So I don't know what those parents were ever fighting about.
Yeah.
I never know when they show that shit. I'm like, is this real or fake? Because like, why would you put these people in the same bleachers?
I don't know. Because
unless the opposing team is just like, we're going to sit in their home bleachers.
I will still
be dickheads.
I will still to this day also say that the only time I'll fight is if I really feel like I need to defend myself.
Hey, defend myself from my own. Yeah.
I don't pick fights. I don't start fights. I don't get into fights. Because there are people out there that are trained better than me, and they look just like me. You know what I mean? Like there are UFC fighters out there that are trained killers, and they look just like us.
Oh yeah.
When they take their shirt off, maybe you're like, that dude's cut. And then whenever you start maybe doing like some shadow boxing and stuff, like, okay, you might know a thing. But when they're standing right next to you at a football game in a hoodie, you don't know who the fuck that guy is.
Well, no, honestly, I'm less worried about that. because a trained person, I'm not as worried about. He'll knock me out.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But he's going to stop because he's trained to just knock somebody out.
Yeah,
I'm more worried about the guy.
How many times has he been knocked out and his brain damage fucks with him now, and he doesn't know self-control because there's no ref there to tell him to stop.
That's a little further.
Still afraid of that.
He's going to choke you to death, whatever.
Yeah, afraid of that.
But I'm afraid. Yeah, no, I'm not going to say that's not a fear. But
right.
I'm actually, and that is a worry. But I'm more concerned that guy's just got a gun, and he's going to walk back to his truck, and he's going to come back because he just had a bad day. Or whatever it is, and just start unloading.
Yeah.
Not just on you and everybody around you. So to me, it's just scary. Like the mentality of people has gotten crazy to the point where I'm scared that, like, even road rage, you piss somebody off or you accidentally do something, then you're starting to get bullets through your window because that guy's having a bad day and you just fucked up.
Because honestly, in the real world, there's no such thing as a fair fight.
No.
Ever. Not once.
And I don't, was like, hey, sir, I challenge you to fisticuffs because you offended me.
Right.
Okay. All right. My bad. I messed up. Let's go in this ring. Let's see what happens.
Right.
We're just going to only throw punches at each other's torsos.
Yeah. And who's the ref? Oh, he's my boy. He'll keep it clean. Like, okay, how much do I trust that?
No, you gotta call in a ref. You gotta do everything. You gotta put boxing gloves on. No, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, because to me, fighting is cool. I was a wrestler. Wrestling, combat sports are awesome in a controlled environment. But when there's no control, I'm scared to death. Yeah. Do not want any part of it.
Yeah. I'm already getting worried as a parent and everything. That's like...
and like I said, I will only ever defend.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a starter. Not really a first, unless I can see it in your eyes that you're going to hit me and I need to throw the first punch. I'm not a first puncher. I'm a defense guy.
Yeah.
So.
No, I just, and you worry, like, when you're driving on the streets, even. Like, I drive all day. So, like, I might cut somebody off or I might do something on accident that I don't mean to do. I just didn't see them. And then I'm like, is this guy going to be pissed? And then they start following you through the city. It's not that they're actually following me. They're going somewhere. Yeah. But I'm like, I know
this happens to be going the same way you're going.
So I'm going to be like, I'm going to cut this alley real quick. And then he cuts the alley too. And I'm like, oh, shit. And then he pulls off. And I'm like, oh, my God. But for some reason in my head, I'm like, this guy hates me right now. He's honestly, just tracking me down.
I just feel like if you're anxious enough about the fact that he's following you, you're already anxious enough about the fact that you thought you were going to cut him off, so you actually didn't.
Oh, no, I did. I did. On accident, but I didn't see him there. He might have had to brake hard and, like, let me in, but I just, like, I looked back and I didn't see anybody, and then I cut over and I'm like, what the fuck? There's somebody right behind me.
I have entirely too much anxiety whenever I drive. I pay attention to everything, and I make sure I'm well in front of people before I cut over. Or unless, like, if somebody's right on my ass, I'll give a car length. Usually I give, like, 2 to 3 car lengths before I merge back over in front of the car I'm passing. But if they're right on my ass, I'm like, this guy obviously sees this dude's right on my ass, so he'll understand if I come over a car length too early. Like I think too much.
My big problem is my blind spot in my car. I love my car.
Yeah.
But I also have 2 giant car seats with hoods over them.
Yeah.
And my kids aren't in them normally when I'm doing this aggressive driving because I'm just normally taking from my mom's or my cousins. But it's hard to see. Like, I push my daughter's seat, like, unstrap it a bit and push it sideways so I can put my seat back further and pull my steering wheel out. But so sometimes, like, I look in my mirror and I look over my corner, but there's a little spot. It's just small that's blocked. But it's enough that it could be a car. And that's what it was that time. So now I don't do it anymore. I've learned that spot.
So
I really look like...
They're not the coolest thing, but nobody sees them, so it's hard to notice that they're not cool. Did you get those little, the concave dots for your mirror?
No, I don't have those.
Dude, you gotta get yourself a set. The ones I got, like, they will pivot and move everywhere, so I set them up, and they show me my blind spot. So I look.
Not an ad, but we're getting them.
I look. Yeah. I don't even know the fucking brand. You can find them on Amazon, Walmart, everywhere. You can go.
Got you.
AutoZone has them.
Yeah.
But they're just a little concave little disc.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And you can angle them right into your blind spot. So you look in your rear view, you don't see anything. You look in the little blind spot, especially in nighttime and shit. You'll see headlights. In daytime, if it's a beige colored car, it might blend into the background. So but you usually see a fucking thing there without having to turn and look over your shoulder. Dude, I love those fucking things. I swear by those fucking things, dude.
My buddy had drove a little Honda Civic.
That's what I had. Am I your buddy?
No. He had the 2-door.
Okay.
And he went into the side of an SUV. Like, how the fuck do you go inside of a SUV? He's like, I don't know. I looked at my mirror, didn't see anybody. And I just went, like, how does an SUV blind spot a 2-door Honda Civic? It did. Apparently. Right in the side. Like, I'm surprised to just go under it and get ate by it and become part of the car.
The other thing is
Transformers.
Here and give it 10 more years, unless you're driving like an old school, like something classic or cool, or you have like the old beater with a heater. If you're driving a relatively 10 to 20-year-old car, at that point they're all going to have the blind spot monitors anymore, which to me is a pain in the ass. Like I hit, as soon as you hit the turn signal on, you see a little flasher in your mirror. I'm like, no, I'm not going yet.
It's pretty cool.
Stop yelling at me.
I don't mind that though, but
I don't mind it either. But whenever
just one solid light though, like somebody's near one beside you. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but there's some rental cars where they take it, because I drive a lot around us when I travel. There's rental cars that take it to the extra level, and I got some tunes on. I know there's a car there, but I'm turning my turn signal on for the people behind me. Once this car passes, I'm gonna get over. And as soon as I hit the turn signal, then it's like, beep, 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 and it takes over my music or my podcast or I'm listening to. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I know.
Let me drive, bitch.
I'm not going yet. I'm being safe and let the people behind me know that I'm going after this guy goes around. But the little light on the mirror that pops up is dope.
Yeah.
But when you take over my sound, fuck you. Fuck off.
Speaking of cars and technology and future bullshit, did you watch that movie on Netflix? It is called.
I don't think so.
I gotta pull it up because I can't remember the name of it right now. I think it's like This Is Tomorrow or shit.
I saw a trailer for one called Gran Turismo.
No,
that looks dope, and it's based off of the video game. Apparently, it's based off a true story that I've never heard in my life.
Oh, the Gran Turismo they took like the kid that played the best
Gran Turismo. Yeah, played video games really well and put him in a goddamn race car.
Yeah, which sounds terrible.
But they made a movie out of it, so.
Well, they said it was.
The trailer got me. I really want to watch it.
Yeah, I'd like to see if it was good. Oh, man, I just watched this movie, so like, I don't know if it'll pop up for me. God damn it! Everybody knows what I'm talking about too right now. Everybody that's listening is like, yeah, it's The World Tomorrow, or damn it! Hang on one second. Give me 1 second. Talk about something else.
All right, I'm gonna say something really cool that happened to me today.
Yeah, please.
At work, we had the employee kind of holiday lunch thing. They fed us lunch, and then we had a check pool. So everybody that wanted in could pay $52 in, and then they pull names out of the hat. We had 40 people. I think we have 60 to 70 total employees involved, but 40 people actually participated. And first prize was $1,000 and some odd dollars, and then second prize was $624. And I know that price exactly because your boy got second fucking place today, baby. So that's gonna help with some Christmas
You know,
action, dude.
why are you working this weekend?
I even told so after lunch, because we had this plan to work all weekend since Monday, and after lunch I come in and I was like, so they're talking like, what time are we going in tomorrow? Because they were talks of going in like 4 to noon. I was like, yeah, man, that's gonna suck getting in that early, but then at noon we're done and we have the rest of the day and shit. And then other people are like, well, how about 5 to 1? It's not as early, but it's still like we'd be waking up anyway. We just get on the road immediately instead of like waking up, have our coffee, because we're normally there at 6:30. And then I was like, you know what? I just won $624. I don't have to work all weekend, so it's up to you guys. I ain't coming.
Peace out.
I'm still going, but it was a joke, and they thought it was funny. So you found the name of the movie?
Yes, it's called Leave the World Behind.
Leave the World Behind. Who's in it?
So, Julia Roberts, obviously,
Okay.
A-list actor that's in there.
Big name, big teeth.
Yeah. And then, hang on, let me do the rest because there's a bunch of big names.
I'm sorry, I just boiled her down to big name, big teeth. Beautiful woman, obviously gorgeous woman. She has big teeth, but they are gorgeous big teeth. She's got a beautiful smile. I'm sorry.
Big name, big teeth.
I just went to word association. She has big teeth, but it's a beautiful smile.
So the main actor is Julia Roberts,
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke. I'm probably gonna say
Who's
his name
Ethan
wrong.
Hawke?
Ethan Hawke, you know Ethan Hawke.
Let me look him up.
Mahershala Ali, which is in a lot of movies. Kevin Bacon's in it.
What's the name of the movie?
Leave the World Behind. So, okay. This is very contra movie on Netflix right now. I'm going to tell you this right now. This is kind of getting weird and semi-crazy. You know who fucking Ethan Hawke is. Get out of here if you don't know who Ethan Hawke is.
Okay, yeah, I know who he is.
Okay.
Kevin Bacon in it?
Yeah, so Kevin Bacon's supposed to be... So basically, the premise of this movie is that we get computer hacked. The United States gets computer hacked. Fully computer hacked. So, it's kind of like, oh no, the world's shutting down. Everything's going crazy. But this was how I was going with the cars and stuff.
Yeah.
In that movie, they have all of the electric cars because they're controlled by a computer or whatever.
Yeah, we'll say like Teslas.
It's mainly Teslas. They all show Teslas.
Mustang Mach-E's.
They're barreling down the highway and just wrecking and everything.
Okay.
So they're clogging up the highway. Well, they happen to be close to a Tesla one, so they're trying to leave where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think they're like on Staten Island or something on New York. They live in New York. They're in Staten Island at this Airbnb. The people come back to own the Airbnb. Him and his daughter. Wife's on a plane. Like everything's going bad. Fucking terrible movie. It's just so bad. The acting in it was terrible.
Okay.
Julia Roberts just made to be like a bitch the whole time to the what's his name, the black actor in the movie, Alabadia. I can't say his name. I'm so sorry. Mahershala
Ali. I may be butchering that, but the way I'm reading it is Mahershala Ali.
So to him and his daughter, whoever the actor that plays his daughter,
is that him in the movie?
No.
That's not the movie. That's from another movie. Okay.
No. He's a great actor. I love him. And shit. Hang on. I can't remember names of any show. I'm terrible with names of any shows. And my wife hates that so bad.
and this week on the greatest movie TV show critic in the world.
Anyways, it's terrible. Well, the ending's so bad, and that's what a lot of people are saying. But a lot of people like the movie because they like the idea of it. They like that. Well, this could happen right now, and so we're not ready.
Okay, so I will not to cut you off, but I will say, through the avenues I go through on the internet and the memes and shit and bullshit, I saw like it was like a fucking 4chan or it was a screenshot of a post, I think probably from Reddit or something, where they said that this was a terrible fucking movie, and I didn't remember the name of it. I just remember that Julia Roberts, like there was some, it was like Julia Roberts and a star-studded cast, and what the fuck is this piece of shit? And that's all I heard. And then when you started, it's like, oh, is she in something different? Like, I didn't think it was the same thing, but then you tell me it's terrible. I'm like, okay, this must be the same thing.
It's just,
but the premise is cool.
So the premise is like, the United States gets cyber attacked.
Yeah.
And then, like, trying to put out a lot of spoilers for anybody if they do want to watch it.
Don't spoil, because I kind of want to watch it.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So would you say, have you seen the Black Mirrors? Have you seen the Black Mirrors?
I've seen a couple of them, yeah.
Is it trying to be like this kind of dystopian weird future?
Yeah. Weird camera shots. Like, just stupid.
But it hits wrong.
The deer keep coming around, and they never explain that in the movie. These radio waves. I'm going to ruin the movie for you because it is dumb. It doesn't make sense. And then people act like, all these people in the movie act like nothing's really happening.
Yeah.
Although they know shit's happening. Like, okay, so just take me and you, for example.
Yeah.
We lose power, internet, cell phone signal.
Yep.
Are you sitting idly by and just being like, oh, it's just a power outage? And then you run and see, so you drive your car, right? And then you see a bunch of Teslas flying down the road, which, by the way, powered, cell phone signal, satellite's gone. All that's gone. You figured that out.
Yeah.
Bunch of Teslas run the road. And then you drive back to the house.
Hold on. Give me a time of night. So don't say the test thing. That first step.
Mm-hmm.
Power, cell phone signal, internet.
All that's gone.
Like, does my phone still work or is my phone dead?
Your phone will work.
But it's not connecting.
There's no signal.
Okay.
You have nothing.
Power's out.
Power's completely out.
No tower. Obviously no Wi-Fi because my power's out.
Power's out. You have no cell phone service. And you're like, maybe it's just the power out.
In the movie, how long do they wait?
I think they go 2 days before they drive down the road to figure out that.
24 hours, I'm talking to my neighbors.
Right.
If they got nothing either, and then nobody's got nothing.
You're going to drive to work probably, right, in that time?
My car works?
Yeah.
Oh, because I don't have a Tesla.
This is an EMP.
Okay, because I don't have a Tesla.
This isn't EMP. This is just all communications are gone. They're out. It's a blackout.
Well, if it's a Saturday, Sunday, then I'll go to work Monday. I go up there, power's out, everybody's reporting the same.
Well, no, you get to go on the highway.
There's not many Teslas in this area, at least, so we won't notice that shit.
There's more than you think, though.
There's for every 100 cars in our area, there's maybe 2.
Enough to make a jam,
right?
Because they're flying like bullets down the highway and just smashing into.
Did they do it immediately?
I don't know. It was like day 2 or 3 or something.
Okay.
They hacked them and got them to just fly off. But maybe they're close to a dealership.
So I'm not going to call this dude's name out. I know he doesn't listen to podcasts, but I'm not going to say his name anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to get to work, and I'm going to talk to this dude, also another dude that works in another sector or another area of my job. I'm going to talk to him too, and they will know exactly what the fuck's going on, because I feel like one of them have to be ham radio dudes.
Well, the guy, the one guy went and got a satellite phone out of the neighbors, and it didn't work, and that's when he was freaked out, like, satellite phone doesn't work.
And honestly, at that point, I'm probably taking a loaded gun with me.
Yeah, you might want to think about it,
And I will say it happens on a Friday night, and then Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to work.
Let's imagine if you go all the way to work and
Yeah.
nobody has power, right? And you get to work like, oh, we don't have power, just go home, whatever. Or you show up and there's not anybody there.
Yeah, because they're not going to call me.
You
and
saw
tell me.
14 accidents on the way. I might be like a little bit like, I need to get back home.
Yeah.
It's a little more serious. It could happen. I mean, it could easily happen. I don't think in the movie.
Honestly, at that point, man, it's hard to say. Am I going to be a fucking shill? Am I going to go to work, or am I just going to like? I don't have power. I got to stay here.
I think it depends on the time of year.
Like, I'll fire up my generator. I got a generator, but that's not. Doesn't mean I have communication in the outside world then either.
Right.
Because the internet and cell phone signal's down.
But if you have no cell phone signal,
honestly, now that I think about it, I might touch the neighbors. Talk to the neighbors first. Hey, what's going on? Do you guys know? No, we don't have anything either. And then I might go to.
What if you start seeing like F-15s like screaming overhead and shit like?
Oh fuck! I'm locked, loaded, sitting in my house, bro.
We done that?
Yeah. I've actually thought about this a lot before. Like, if there's the airport right next to my house isn't very big, but it's big enough to be militarized. So we'd see some helicopter action, at least.
Refueling, maybe.
Some helicopter action. I don't think it's big enough for a lot of the like F-15 or F-14s. Any Gen 3 fighters to be landing in and out there. But there'd be some helicopter action, and there'd be some lieutenants and some soldiers being placed there. That's for sure.
That's kind of scary. Like got that close to it.
Yeah,
because then that means, well, we need to hit this with a bomb, so we're gonna blow this whole area up.
That would be the last one to be hit.
I mean,
that's not a very strategic airport. Like I said, there's not going to be fighters going in and out there, but it could be a spot for them to have some kind of small base headquarters.
This is just the theory on this. So that they saw, I think they ended up seeing some planes go by, and then eventually they walked by and they saw, like the very end of the movie. I'm gonna ruin everything. I don't give a shit because don't watch it. It's
spoiler
so
alert.
bad.
Spoiler
alert. Shut it off if you want to watch it. I don't care. And the movie, like. The mom,
who Julie
Roberts
is the mom,
is out with the daughter of
Farrah McKenzie.
With Mahalia Rowland, which is Farrah McKenzie's her daughter.
Yeah,
but she's out with
Julie
Roberts. Ali. She's out with Ali. I can't remember his name in the movie.
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah. She's out with the daughter of him trying to find her because she ran away because the deer were speaking to her. So weird. And she ends up walking in, and all she wanted to watch was the end of Friends. And she goes down to a bunker and she watches the end of Friends. And the bunker's like a complete survivalist bunker. Like they're neighbors. It was weird. Didn't make sense. And then Julie Roberts and Mahala Harold are watching New York just get bombed. And that's how the movie ended. And it was terrible. It's like, well, where does this go?
The funny thing.
Are they making a part 2?
The funny thing is I don't think you spoiled anything because there were so many. When she did that with he, and then he did, and then
you can watch it.
And Mahershala.
And by the way, Kevin Bacon has about 2 minutes in that whole goddamn movie. It's bad. It's boring. It's suspenseful. They keep you suspenseful.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't think you spoiled anything for anyone.
Oh, I probably didn't. I don't know.
Because then she did that, and then there was deer.
Fucking deer. It's so weird. But anybody that watched it right now is like, he's exactly right. It doesn't make sense. What did they do?
Yeah. Any of our listeners that watch that, like that, he summed it up. And the rest of us was like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
It's so stupid. The plot of the movie is good. It's understandable. It's understandable to make a plot of a movie like that and be like, hey, and now they're not even messing around because there's another movie coming out. I don't know if you've seen this.
To me, it sounds like they're trying to be Black Mirror-y, but without being Black Mirror-y.
Forget this movie. Now there's another movie coming out soon. By the way,
Shrek 5?
I wish. It's called Civil War. And it's not Marvel. It's literally United States Civil War.
Yeah.
So they put this movie out, And now this movie's coming out, and it's like, who the hell is trying to bolster this? So now it's like, what would happen? And it's like California and Texas break off, right?
So modern day Civil War, not like
complete modern day Civil War. And then
they give a year,
pretty soon.
Well, no, I'm saying like,
I don't know.
It's supposed to be a 2032 thing or a 2016 thing or like.
I don't think the trailer said. You can Google it if you want,
but it's supposed to take place now, basically.
Pretty soon, yeah. And so California and Texas split off on their own,
sense, yeah.
which is a high population, two states, which like whatever.
Yeah.
And the movie's supposed to capture like these reporters who are going back and forth between the lines, and the president talking, and like he bombs California or Texas, or maybe bombs both, which then starts more people to like push back against them, and it's like,
yeah.
Okay, this is crazy. And it starts a civil war within the United States, which a lot of people are worried about too. So I don't know if I don't know what's going on. These movies are getting crazy real fast. And I don't know if they're either trying to prepare or they're trying to like snuff it out ahead of time. I don't know.
Would you fight?
I don't like to be conspiracy theorists, but it's just kind of.
Would you fight anyone to keep Texas or California?
No, I don't care. What do you mean? Keep it.
Well,
like if they want to be an independent country and be like, "Hey, we're an independent country," now you gotta have a passport.
If California, I'm saying if California annex and Texas annex, and in that story mode, you say that the president decides we're going to war with them. Who the fuck's gonna fight that? Right. They're still our people.
Well, you still got military bases, and like I'm sure California's probably got more jets and everything than everybody else.
Well, you'd also have to bank on the fact that, say, the state of Texas annexes.
It would be a 50.
There are still federal employees and federal governments and federal soldiers in there that'll pull out quick.
It could be an easy 50-50 split between.
It'd be the stateies. It'd be state militias that stay.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Our jets, our tanks are, unless they get taken over by the state militias, those are still federal employees and federal troops that aren't gonna all of a sudden be like, I'm on Team Texas. You know what I mean?
It would take, and I think that's how this movie is gonna get set up. Like it's gonna be like, it's gonna be weird, but there's gonna be a bad bombing in the movie, like that somebody messes up, like just hit this base of these one guys, because we know these are the bad guys that are trying to take over the state. We just hit this base, but they're going to miss. They're going to kill a bunch of innocent people. And then you're going to get the state riled up because you just killed a bunch of innocent people. And they're going to be like, no, we were just going after the bad guys, and they don't take blame for it. It's going to be.
I would say, so.
That's how they're going to write it.
Right. But the way
that's not how it would happen.
In real life, what would happen? California annexes. There's no state militia. There's no state force. There's nothing. Fuck it. You voted to annex everything federal. All the military pulls out. Texas annexes, and they annex by taking over the military, the federal military, the bases.
That's what they do in the movie.
They have the Texas jets. They have the Texas bases. Like that's state militia taking it over, and they're like, guess what? Fuck you. We have your shit now. There's no way in hell California ever does it by force. They might vote it, and then federal's like, okay, fuck it. You're your own country now, and then we're taking all of our planes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen any of that happening. At least not in our lifetime.
No offense to California. I love the state. It's so beautiful out there. I fucking love that state. But
West Coast is pretty messed up.
Yeah, y'all are too.
It's beautiful, and there's gorgeous areas. But there's also, we get in the middle of that shit, there's way too much drugs. There's way too much poverty. There's way too much just terrible things happening there. So.
Too many weird politics to talk about. But
no, I'm just talking about the state in general. I'm not talking about politics. I'm like, you look at Seattle and like the drug streets and shit they had, and like,
well, the whole reason those streets are like that is because of the politics. They don't enforce.
They don't care. It's
They don't
like,
enforce.
You gotta. Now I heard they did a big sweep and like cleaned them up at one point in time.
You know why? They did a huge sweep. They cleaned up the homeless in San Francisco recently because Xiao Jinping came from fucking China, and Joe Biden met him out there. And now we're being political, but real quick, they cleaned up the homeless in a week because we had a foreign dictator come over to meet with our president.
I don't know anything about that, but I just heard they cleaned
it up. This is recently happening in San Francisco.
I can't confirm or deny that.
Oh, it's confirmed. I don't even have to Google it or anything. They clean it up in a week to throw on airs because we had somebody come in for like 3 days, for like a weekend, for a week. You know, they had meetings, they talked about things, and then sent them off. Like, well, okay, we can solve the homeless crisis in a week to throw on airs. What did we do with them? Nobody knows where they went. Like, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
You do a Google search on the internet, nobody knows where they went. But like, you know, not to get too political, but like, it was just like that. Literally, just like fucking that. And that is truth.
There's people brave enough to walk down the streets and like say, I don't know, there's just a bunch of zombies walking around high on whatever drug and stuff. It's
well, because they're one of those states. They did it in Philadelphia. They did it in areas where they just don't pursue drug charges anymore. Everything's legal. You can do whatever you want.
They literally give them clean needles, and they give them like, so you're not passing
bad.
around like shit.
Bad.
They're ready for the methadone or whatever. Not the methadone. Methadone to like save them. It's like, I get it, but at one point in time,
methadone's a treatment drug. It's what's the one where you get hit if you overdose? I can't remember the name of that one. I know Suboxone's a treatment drug. What's the fucking?
I think I was close on it. It doesn't matter.
But still, yeah.
But they cater to it, and that's the problem. I know it's hard. It's harder. It's like, well, we can't shut it down because if we try to shut it down, then it's going to get worse with the fight back and the pushback and everything.
And I'll say with me too, if you really want to get into my politics about it, make everything legal. I honestly don't give a fuck. I like what they're doing. Make it legal, but make it controlled by the state. Don't make it legal for you to sell crack, heroin, cocaine, anything on the streets. Set up dispensaries. You want it? Go get it from a fucking store. Tax it. Turn those tax monies into treatment, and then the people that suck at it, I'm sorry, let them go.
You still got to market them because then you made a monopoly, and somebody can sell under the monopoly.
So
you gotta figure that out.
Turn the state
and they're selling shitty product, and that's what always happens.
You
want nobody selling meth. You don't want anybody selling crack. You don't want somebody heroin.
State funded crack, yeah. Controlled crack, yeah.
No.
And turn the money into treatment centers for people that have problems. Just like fucking gambling. Gambling's a goddamn addiction, but it's legal, but it's controlled by the state. And then all the money they make goes into rehabilitation centers for gambling addiction. Why can't we do that with drugs? You know? It's the same addiction.
I'm not going to get too far into this.
Right?
We've already done.
We're not.
We just put a big toe in it right now, and I can tell you a whole bunch of shit that I think. And I'm really sorry I won't. But
yeah, we're not a podcast about politics or any of that bullshit.
Yeah, we just dipped a big toe into it, though.
We're getting hot button.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stop you there. But
while we're there, what do you think about abortion? No. I'm sorry.
No. Well, but things are just crazy now. So I brought up some hot topics. You brought some hot topics.
Yeah.
That movie started it, though. I mean, that movie is a hot topic. It is. I just fucking hated it. And it wasn't just like, and everybody's like, ending sucks. No, just their acting in it and everything that was weird about it. It just was like, I'm like, why is this even a thing?
I don't know. Yeah.
But anyways, I'll get over that. I had something for you. I wanted to think real quick.
Yeah, I was thinking, I don't have any notes made for this week at all.
Oh, Christmas. Christmas is all.
Yeah.
It's upon us, folks.
'Tis the season
It's
to be
upon us.
jolly, baby.
Yeah. Did you become a better Christmas gift wrapper in your later life? Have you honed your ninja skills in Christmas wrapping? Because I have.
I think
But most of the time I still like, I would say I'm a 50% wrapper. Like 50% of the time I fuck up and I have to cut a whole new sheet. Another 50% of the time I wrap the best gift ever.
So I think I've brought this up on the podcast before, actually. My wrapping skills are pretty decent. I still suck at judging the size of the paper, right?
Right.
But when it comes to folding the corners and getting the creases and getting it in, I know that rule. If you use more than 3 pieces of tape, you're doing it wrong. And all because my mother was an amazing gift wrapper.
Ninja.
And me being a shitbox kid that I was, and I knew that once I found out that Santa wasn't real, I would always know those presents are in this fucking house somewhere. So me and my brother, we'd go look through this closet, look at that closet, look in the attic, what's in the basement, what's back in there. And then we'd find our presents. And then we'd take a little knife and we'd slit the spot on the tape. And we'd carefully unopen it on the one end. And we'd pull the box out, see what it was. Like, oh, we're getting this. It's fucking dope. And then we'd have to wrap it back to my mother's standards to show that we weren't there. My mom was such a good gift wrapper, like really good gift wrapper, that we vicariously through her had to be, because we would open her gifts and have to put it back to her standards. So yeah, I'm a pretty decent gift wrapper.
So you had to ninja rewrap your gifts.
yeah. Because I was,
then you had to be excited at Christmas.
yeah.
You suck.
No, I was a great
You
kid.
scoured every inch of that house
Yeah.
to find that gift.
100%, bro.
Yeah, we used to do that a little bit too, but
And I was still excited because then I finally got it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like I knew, if anything, that made it better because I had the anticipation. Like, oh my god, I'm getting this Nerf gun. Xbox, can't wait to play with it. And then I had to wait like a month. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's I opened it up already and I saw it's a fucking Nerf gun. Like, I can't wait to fuck him. And I'm sitting there in my head thinking, like, I can't wait to shoot Scott in the fucking face. I'm going to shoot the fucking dog. I'm going to hit it's got suck sharp darts. So I'm like, beep, beep. I'm going to make a little smiley face on mirrors. Dude, I was amping myself up. So whenever I got it, it was almost even better, you know? It was a surprise. It wasn't so much a surprise as much it was I'm really excited to play with it type thing. So
Yeah. What was your favorite Christmas or birthday gift you ever received when you were less than 12 years old?
Less than 12. Christmas or birthday?
Yeah.
I mean, I got a Nintendo, but that was like a dual gift for me and Scott. That was pretty exciting. I got the Sega Game Gear, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. It's a hard question.
I'll tell you mine real quick.
Okay, let me stew on it.
I can remember when I was younger and laser tag came out.
Yeah.
You remember you wore that little vest with the plates on it, and everybody had little handguns. You're shooting lasers at those. Beep, 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 and you got shot 3 times. You were out. I got for I would say it was probably my 10th or 11th birthday. I got the assault rifle on laser guns. So they came out with you get the big auto fire bad boy. Everybody's using the pistol because that's all it was just pistol and that was it.
Yeah.
Oh no. And then grandma showed up and I opened the next present. I got the grenade. The laser tag grenade. So you ping it, it would make noise and go beep, boop, 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 and then blow up. And I remember I was so happy because I'm like, all my friends are over for my birthday, and we're all going to play laser tag. We had 6 vests for some reason.
Yeah.
My mom probably just bought a bunch of them, or they brought them or whatever it was. I'm like, it's an automatic rifle already.
Yeah.
I'm like, here, you can use my pistol because I'm spraying people down. And then I have a grenade. And I remember I had the grenade, like, it had a little strap, too. So you could, like, strap it to yourself.
Yeah.
And I remember the kid was behind a car. And I cocked it, like, and threw it back there. And I got him out because of the grenade. He's like, what's that? And I don't know if he was doing it just for fun for me, but it was hilarious.
Yeah.
But that's just one of my best memories of, like, a super cool gift.
Yeah.
One of the kids that was with there did, like, jack his knee up, though, because he was, like, running and sprinting and, like, landed full-legged and busted his knee up. But it was still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So that was always one of my favorites. Obviously, getting those video game consoles, getting those big gifts is like, whoa, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and now
those
kids
always seem to be more of like a group. You know, you had to. It wasn't necessarily your Super Nintendo.
Well,
it was
I
like
knew
a family.
Mom only got me a few things. She's like, "You're gonna get the rest at Grandma's," and it's like
Yeah.
her and Grandma wanted together, and they got something big.
Yeah, that's God. I would have been when I lived in Strasbourg. I was in second, third grade. How old are you in second and third grade?
Don't ask me. I
Like
don't know
6
that
kindergarten, 7 first,
shit.
8
5,
second,
6,
9 third. So like 8, 9, 10, somewhere around in there.
somewhere there.
And we lived in Strasbourg on 3rd Street there. I remember I got a fuckload of Legos. And we already had a fuckload of Legos, right?
Right.
And we even had like the hand-me-down Legos. So you have like the old school 80s like Starship Legos and shit like that they talked about in Lego Movie, and like the guy had the helmet but like it was split down at the bottom and stuff.
Yeah.
So I remember I got it was a gas station. It was a fucking Lego gas station. And it had like a garage, but it had like a sliding door.
A little
clear
garage door on it.
Yeah, clear sliding door, and there's a little car in there, and then it had like the tanker truck. And then on top of that, I also, because we already had like you have your box of Legos, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think they made totes back then. You had a cardboard box full of Legos. Either that or you had your goddamn, the 5-gallon ice cream buckets.
Right.
You know?
Oh, yeah, the 5-gallon
You know?
ice cream bucket. Yeah.
You had one of those full of crayons. You know, your grandma had one of those full of crayons. She had one of those full of Legos, dude. And so that year, my parents also got me a tackle box, a big fucking tackle box, so I could separate my Lego pieces into a tackle box. And so then I got this big gas station and shit. And my mom sat there and put together the gas station while I sat there and separated all of my ice cream tub bucket full of Legos into my tackle box. So that like, so now if I need tires, they're in this little section. If I need two flats, they're over here. If I need, 8 squares, they're over
you had it laid out.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it laid out.
And I thought that was the coolest. I remember that one more than anything, honestly.
It's funny what you remember. Like I say,
yeah.
I remember that laser tag thing because I felt so cool about it.
Yeah.
And I was so pumped up, and all my friends, of course, around me. I think it was a birthday.
Yeah.
I don't think that was Christmas. I think it was a birthday. I do remember some Christmas gifts, like, you get that video game, or you get that video game console. But that one that hyped me up the most, and that's why I said Christmas or birthday, because I wanted to make sure because I could get mine in there.
Right.
But Christmas overall was just like, when you got 2 other brothers, you got another brother.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of times you get a big shared gift, and it's like we got a trampoline, or we got something like,
or like the game console,
or we got the game console for all of you, and it's like, this sucks.
I mean, it's still
you
awesome.
love. No, you're like, because they bought 3 controllers, so they bought they made sure all of you could play at the same time.
Right.
But yeah, it wasn't as meaningful. I remember my most meaningful one was just that laser tag.
Yeah.
And it's because I got to go outside and destroy people with an automatic weapon. They're sitting there pew, 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 and I'm grenade.
That's funny because my most meaningful one is sitting there watching my mom build my my gas station while I separated my Legos, and I just got to hang out with her all day.
Hey, different strokes, Bubba.
I've always been a mama's boy. I've always been a mama's boy. So.
All right. Well,
hey, man, I think we've probably rambled on long enough. Let's see.
I think so. I think we definitely did, and I had myself a damn good time. Steve, you have a damn good time?
I did have a damn good time, and like to take this chance to tell you guys to click like and subscribe, do all the things, follow us. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. We'll be back. There'll be another one before Christmas, I'm pretty sure. But 'tis the season, so
if not, we love you guys.
Yeah, 'tis the season.
Tell your grandma about us.
Actually,
just keep clicking.
If we record next week on a Friday again, the next episode will drop on Christmas.
Oh.
So this is your Christmas Eve episode then, baby.
Yeah, bye-bye.
So hope you guys don't get murdered out there when you're trying to shop. The sales don't mean anything.
The Black Friday's over. You don't have to worry about that. So
it's sometimes
it's just now.
It's a little meaningful gifts that mean more to anyone than anything. If it's something that sparks joy, and it's not a lot of money, sometimes those are the ones they'll remember most. So think about that. It's all about love.
He's talking about cool shit. We love cool shit.
Yeah. Let's Cody, and it's all about lasers and killing people.
Let's go! All right.
Spend love you guys. With loved ones. Give everybody hugs. We love you guys. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Whatever you celebrate it well. We love you guys. Cheers.